All right, I just wanted to talk about a couple subjects here. One I wanted to comment on is this one dude the other day, man. What's this cat? What's he call himself? Right, I.O.C.K, which I call him Lock, right? I call him Lock, just as a little inside joke, right? But I.O.C.K stands for Israelite Only Camp KILLUH is what this cat calls himself, right? So, this cat been in my comment board for like 2 months now, saying, "Oh, I challenge you, I challenge you." So, I give him options to join me live. I tell him, "Hey, look, man, I'm going to be live on this date, that date, and this date. Come stop by." So it turns out, he's not able to do those times because either he's working or he has other shit going on. But long story short, we finally got this dude to click the link the other day, right? So it was a fair conversation. I'll give him credit. It was a very fair back and forth discussion between the two of us. We had like a 3 hour conversation about like maybe 10 different subject matters. Which, in all honesty, anybody who actually watched that video, I mean, he got his ass cut to shreds, man. And I don't mean to flex, but I mean, I sealed his ass up like the cask of Amontillado. And I don't mean to flex. But, same thing what I did with, what's this cat? What's this one coon? This day damn devil demon dreadlord, right? 5 Ds in a row, right? Dreadlord, man, man, I blew his ass out of the water with that debate that we had. I mean, anybody who watched that, the Southern Israelite, aka Dreadlord, I mean, that guy got. I mean, I don't even know how that simp is still uploading videos on YouTube due to the pure embarrassment that I handed him in that debate that we had, man. And even his own, followers were like, "Oh shit, he got you on that one," because that dumbass is over there talking about, "Oh, well, there's no such thing as a human soul." No such thing as a human soul. Well, what about Matthew? What is that? Matthew 10:28. Don't fear man, the one that can destroy the body but not the soul, but fear him, the one that can destroy both the body and the soul. So, if a human soul don't exist, why does it say to fear him that can destroy both the body and the soul? But the soul don't exist. I mean, where the hell do these people come up with this bullshit at? It's ridiculous. You got idiots out here talking about, that, oh, John 3:16, God loves everybody. That's what Locke was on there talking about, right? Because he's just a Christian, right? He's just a regular churchgoer is what he is, right? He's just a regular Christian. There's nothing special about him. Same thing with this dumbass out here called, what's this cat? Melvin? Which Apostle Harvard called Melvin a chocolate-covered Edomite, right? Melvin is just a chocolate-covered Edomite is what that simp is. And I challenged his ass to do a debate on a neutral platform. Hell, I told him we could even go on to Jamie's platform, which is, for those who don't know, Jamie is a dude from Discord who has a Christian channel, right? So I was like, "Hey, look, man, shit. If you don't want to come on my page because they'll claim, oh, well, I'll be unfair, I'll censor certain things and cut certain parts of the discussion out, and we'll mute his mic and won't let him talk." It's like, okay, well, how about, to be fair, we won't do it on my channel, we won't do it on your channel. Why don't we do it on Jamie's channel, right? A neutral platform. He'll be fair, he'll moderate between us, let you talk, let me talk, and make sure we answer each other's questions. Fair enough proposal, right? And then he's like, "Oh, I don't want to do that." But then he'll sit there and talk shit and say, "Oh, well, ETT's running, ETT's running." Wait a second, what the hell? How the hell am I running if I literally gave you an opportunity to talk to me live, but you chickened out and didn't want to do it? This shows how messed up in the mind some of these people are, right? They'll think that you're in the wrong when you're the one giving them an opportunity. Ridiculous. But these are the dumbass that you got going on out here, man. This is the buffoonery that you got, especially over here in Babylon the Great, which is America, not the Vatican City. You still have dumbass out here in 2023 going around talking about that the Vatican City is the great city that reigns over the earth. What is that, Revelation 17:18, right? The woman you saw is that great city that reigns over the earth. What type of dumbass go around in 2023 and think that's talking about the Vatican. Man, nobody gives a shit about the Vatican City. Let me give you a little fun fact real quick. Did you know that the Vatican has a population of 2,000 people? And here's another fun fact for you. Look this up. You can confirm what I'm saying. But here's a fun fact. The Vatican the Vatican City is a country, right? And it's the smallest country in the world. It has the world record for being the smallest country in the world. Look that up. So you mean to tell me that a city that's 2 square miles long and can run for the entire city in like 45 minutes, right? It has a population of 2,000 people and is literally the smallest country in the world, but that's the great city. I mean, this is the bullshit that these dumbasses out here believe, man. Especially these idiots in the Christian church. Because let me tell you something. I used to go to, what is this, a Seventh-day Adventist? Church. So they believe that, they believe that the Vatican's Babylon, right? That's one of their main beliefs. Now, that doesn't mean every Seventh-day Adventist believes that, but that's like one of the main doctrines that most of them believe. They also believe that, the MO, got to use code language, but they believe that that's Sunday worship, which is total bullshit and doesn't make sense. Just like a cold rock upon him out on. And where the hell is he at now? That's the time I checked his profile on Instagram. That dude's out there getting married. And living in, Indiana or something like that. So that dude ain't doing nothing for the Lord now. Here it is, 6-7 years ago, that dude had a channel that had 8,000 subscribers on it, right? He was doing videos. But here it is, now this dude disappeared. Now he got like, 200, 300 subscribers? Haven't uploaded a video in 8-9 months? It shows you, man, that some of these dudes out here, that some of you guys listen to, they don't know what's going on. Then you have individuals like myself who been through certain hardships and situations. Hell, I got put in a mental institution because I was teaching the Bible on the streets. Right? So I'm actually one who has experience in this walk. Right? I'm the one who actually been through the heat, so to speak. And I don't say this to uplift myself or nothing. I'm just simply pointing out, that unlike some of these other liars and deceivers out here, I myself been through the heat, so to speak. Right? I've been through certain circumstances, right? I've been, basically locked up against my will because of these scriptures, man. I've had, plenty of difficult situations that I was put into. Why? Because I believe in these scriptures and teach the scriptures the way it's supposed to be taught. Let me tell you something. If I went around and taught this Christianity doctrine, nobody would have a problem with that, right? Going around teaching John 3:16, right? God loves everybody. And all the bullshit that Christianity teaches. Nobody would have a problem with that. But you know what? What the people do got a problem with is, I'm not, well, not just only me, but, us Hebrew Israelites, which of course, shalom to all the brothers out there, throughout the world who are, pushing this truth, right, in the name of Yahweh and his son Yahushai, of course. But with that being said, man, us Hebrew Israelites, we're the ones who are always getting that censorship, right? We're always the ones who are getting our videos flagged down. We're always the ones getting, the boot, so to speak, right? Compared to all these other religious, channels and whatnot on YouTube. Why? Because what we're saying is the controversial part of the Bible. All these other groups out here, all these other, denominations of Christianity, right, that claim to build their foundation off of the Bible. Vast majority of them are teaching bullshit. That's just what it is. I mean, if you can't accept that, I don't know what to tell you, but, that's just what it is, man. And I can say this from my years of experience. You still have dumbass out here. You have this one dude on my comment board who literally every single month he comes through and says, I've, done some calculations, and it looks like that Christ is going to return on this date of this month, this year. He came on and did it every month last year, and he's still doing it this year. It's like, damn, dude. It's like, don't you think that at some point or another, you get the notion that you're clearly wrong with your number dates? I mean, it's ridiculous. And you got people I remember, because again, I've been in this thing since I was 12 years old, right? So I've been in this thing of ours, as Apostle Gabar will call it, right? This truth for 8 years, right? So throughout my 8 years, being in this thing of ours, man, I remember, some of these other, truther channels on YouTube. Bear with me a second. I remember some of these truther channels, man, and they're out there talking about, oh well, what's going to happen on, let's say for an example, September, what is it, 23rd, right? Remember that shit about that back in 2015, and here it is, how many years later now, and now people are still going around talking about, the same date all these years later, right? That something's going to happen on that date. Or another example, got idiots going around saying, oh, well, the rapture's going to be this date or that year and this month. People who were saying this shit, 7 years ago, they're still going around saying the same thing. Clear example would be a channel called, what is it, Still a Small Voice, with this woman named Claire, right? You can look her up. Right, but she was going around. Shit, she said in one of her videos that we should pray that, the events in the world that were taking place calm down and go back to normal. We should pray that the prophecies don't happen. It's like, wait a second, what the hell? And she has like, what, 30, 40, 50,000 subscribers? Right, so that's a clear example of, people claiming to teach the Bible who are leading their followers astray. You know what I'm saying? So, you got to be careful with who you listen to on here, man. You can't just listen to anybody that just calls themselves, oh, well, they have the word truther in their names. That means they got to be about the truth. It's like, no. A lot of these truthers out here are teaching some nonsense. Some of them are teaching things that are correct, but then they're also teaching things that are incorrect. So you got to be careful with who you interact with on here, man. Like, I'll give an example. Some truther channels will use the Bible, which of course the Bible is true, but then they'll teach false information about the Bible. They'll tell you that Jesus was a white man, that everybody that calls on Jesus will be saved, right? You don't have to have any type of works, even though Christ clearly said that he's coming back and he's going to judge you according to your works. Right? What is that? Revelation 22:12, right? I'm coming back and I'm going to reward every man according to his works. What is that? If you go to, what is that? Second Chronicles, which is not Second Chronicles, Second Corinthians chapter 5 and 10, right? For we must all appear before the judgment seat of Christ and receive a judgment for the things done in our body, whether it be good or whether it be bad, right? So you're going to get judged by the Lord based upon your actions and what you're doing, man. That you have this dumbass out here. Like, I was just listening the other day to the preacher, right? He gave, what's this guy? Well, what's this one brother out there? Which I like Jay, right? He's pretty cool. But Jay, right, Sacramento Truth Movement, he went on with Perry to do like a 6-hour live stream, and he got $100 for doing a Bible study with him. And basically what Perry was trying to do is just to convince them, hey, look, just believe on Christ and you're good. Just confess that you believe that Christ died for you, and no matter what you do, you can never lose your salvation. It doesn't matter what sin you commit, because nothing you do is considered sin. As long as you don't consider it sin, then it's not sin. For an example, he's saying if you believe in Jesus, but you steal another person's car, right? You break into their car and steal it, that's not a sin for you because you believe in Jesus. Or another thing he said, right? Bestiality. Look that up if you don't know what that is. Clearly a sin unto death in the Holy Bible. But Perry said, hey, look, as long as you believe in Jesus and you commit the act of bestiality, then God's, looking at you with a thumbs up, right? God's giving you a thumbs up, right? God is okay with that behavior. According to the preacher, that's what he said. Go ask him. Right? God is okay. That's not a sin for you. As long as you confess Christ, you're good. In fact, the preacher said, us Hebrew Israelites who are teaching people to obey God's law, we're actually leading people to sin, right? We're actually leading people away from Christ by teaching people to follow God's law. That's what he's on there saying. Absolutely ridiculous. But it just shows you the half-assery that you can find on this platform called YouTube, man. with these false teachers going around everywhere. You know, it just shows you how half-assed this shit is, man. It's ridiculous. As far as Apostle Tim, you know, which I've had a couple interactions with Apostle Tim, right? Apostle Tim, for those who don't know, he's the preacher's sidekick, right? Perry's sidekick. Hey, look, Tim. Hey, look, man. I've seen your videos that you do, man. Right? I've seen your videos, so I know you don't hurry. But I'll shoo you down the drain so quickly that people will call you Tim Scurry, right? People refer to your ass as Tim Scurry, man. But I'll make you scurry down that drain, man. Right? I sealed your ass up like the cask of Amontillado, man. And even Perry, if you watched the debate that we recently had, even Perry admitted when I left, he was like, oh, shit, man. You know, ETT destroyed you, right? ETT destroyed your ass. Go look it up. That's what Perry told Tim when I left after our debate. He was like, oh, shit, man. You know, ETT got your ass. So even he can admit that. That you got your ass cut to shreds. Both Perry and Apostle Tim. You know, and it's, well, to be fair, I agree with Melvin. It's really not difficult to do. So it's no great achievement, so to speak, because it's very simple. All you really need is just like, what, 2 or 3 verses? Just like what Deacon Sakari did, right? What's this guy? Deacon Haka from the Sakari group? Which, you know, shalom to the deacon. Right? Much love to that brother. And, you know, the brothers in, you know, Great Millstone and Sakari, of course. But, you know, Deacon mopped the floor with the preachers. That was some funny shit right there, man. And you know what? I actually got to watch it live when it actually happened. Like when the first interaction between the deacon and Perry, I watched that live on Perry's channel when it was only like, what, 15 people watching it? But then Deacon re-uploaded it. So yeah, that was pretty funny to watch live. You know, but anyway, I think I might call that the video there, and I'll say shalom.